Hey folks, Peter here. Thank you for joining me once again on the channel. Today, I'm going to be reviewing a watch. I just got this in the mail. Kind of something different for me. I've done some reviews in the past, some unboxing stuff, so we're going to bring it all together and show off this new watch I got. It's from OBLVLO. If you guys are unfamiliar, this is a company that kind of makes designs based on popular high-end luxury timepieces. This wasn't that expensive, but we're gonna check it out and see what it is. So we've got the box here, nothing too crazy, coming from overseas. Get this open real quick. It is a little crunched in the corner. I'm not too worried about that. I was just gonna rip this open and check it out when I first got it in, but I figured I would go ahead and show you guys what's going on here. So again, the company OBLVLO, however you want to say that. Looks like we've got a warranty card, a little cleaning cloth if you need to use that, instruction manual with way too many things in it. I'm sure this is for all their different watches. Like here you can see kind of what's going on in there. If we can get that to focus on that. Again, they make some pretty crazy designs, nothing I'm really too interested in, but the one that I picked out here I think is pretty slick. Box looks intact. It's got all sorts of cushioning around it. So the box itself is in perfect condition. And there it is. Can you guys tell what it is yet? Looks like an OK leather strap with a deployment buckle, so that's pretty cool. If you're into that kind of thing. I believe this is all stainless steel, so it's not going to start corroding and changing colors or turning my skin green or anything like that. Kind of like a rubberized plastic on the outside here. Oh, do we just pick this edge right here? Cool. I guess if you care, that's branded. Conception de France. I don't know if that means made in France. I don't think so, but there is that. And here is the watch. Check that out. So if you've looked around the internet for off-the-wall watches, you might have seen what this is based off of. Konstantin Chaikin, I believe is how you say it. They make this watch. The original design anyway. But again, this one's made by this OBLVLO company. Automatic. Has a Seiko, I believe it's an NH35 movement. Does have the hand wind and hacking, but there's no seconds hand on this watch. So it's a mechanical NH35 movement. I'm just gonna keep saying that. I believe that's the one. If I'm wrong, let me know. And check out this timekeeping on here. As you can see, as you move the minutes around, there, the hours move, and then sort of like a 24-hour. That's where the GMT from the NH35 from Seiko comes into play. Pretty fun design. Nothing really that you're going to be setting. If you're looking for something super accurate down to the second, this is not the watch for you. Now, does it have... Okay, so if you put this into the first click out, which is usually where you change the date, and the GMT hand, this is doing nothing. So they've taken out the extra parts for that. So this first click doesn't do anything. You could eliminate that first click, but that's going to be a part that you have to fabricate yourself, I guess. Not a big deal, just something to note. Again, stainless steel construction, 316L. Contemporary complication SK series. 5 meters of water resistance, which, you know, as long as it's sealed up pretty nicely, that should be just fine. Washing your hands, taking a shower, dunking your hands if you're washing dishes or something, that should be okay. I wouldn't do too much swimming in it, but I like it. I've shown this to the camera, so my first impressions are just through this tiny screen that's about 2 feet away from me. The crystal, it's going to be a mineral crystal. Raised edges, so again, this is definitely a dress watch. Don't be wearing this doing your chores or any sort of work that you could be smacking your hand around. Replacing this crystal would be a pain if you can even get one, so don't bang it around if you don't have to. I believe the eyes, the whites of the eyes, and then the stars down there, I believe those all glow in the dark. I'm not really going to shut any lights off, but I'm going to grab a light here and see if we can't get that to glow a little bit, so give me a second. I don't know if you can fully see that, but that is glowing. Again, with the lights off, that would be a lot more prevalent. I do like the little orange crystal in the center there. It's kind of a nice little touch. I didn't know how they were going to do that to cover up the the pinion and all that. But yeah, I think that looks pretty slick. As far as size, it's probably about a 42, 43-ish range. Pretty standard, maybe a little bit bigger than that. But let me strap this on and see how it looks. Pretty straightforward here for getting this buckled together. Clip that little piece down right there. And then you slide this into whatever hole you need. I'm going to try the third one. And then you just click it shut, and then that's it. After that, you just put it on. That buckle's a little stiff. I don't know if it's because I still have the plastic on there or not. Probably go out one more hole, but please focus. So there it is on the arm. By modern watch standards, obviously watches have gotten a little bit larger. Here's the watch that I was wearing. As you can see, it's a little bit bigger. Profile, again, a little bit taller, especially with that crystal that sticks up a bit. I'm probably going to switch out this band. This does feel a little... it is genuine leather, but it does just the finish on it makes it feel kind of cheap. Also, I don't like bands with padding in it. If I can get one without padding, I prefer that. Just because if you get it wet, that tends to cause some issues in my experience. On the arm, it feels good. I do like the machining on the... I'm assuming that's a steel plate on the inside there. Maybe it's brass and they just did like a nickel plating. I'm not looking to pull this watch apart anytime soon. I might eventually, because I do want to see how this works on the inside. I'm assuming it's just two wheels that are situated to meet up with the hour and minute wheel in the center there, and that's how that works. Yeah, looks pretty good on the arm. Some of this plastic that's on here, I think that's messing with the clasp. Yeah, that works just fine. Pretty secure, and of course, once you feed the band in through the two keepers or one keeper, that shouldn't really go anywhere. The buttons don't stick out too much on the sides there, so that should be okay. As I'm playing around with this watch, I am noticing that the clasp, some of these moving parts, I don't know if you can hear that or not, kind of squeaky. I'm sure with some usage and once it gets wet, get a little bit of dirt in there, it just kind of breaks in, that squeak will go away. Not a huge deal, I guess, personally. That's just metal on metal, and I'm sure that will wear in. But also, once you buckle it up, I mean, that's nothing you're going to hear. If it does bother you, just put a little spot of oil on there, and that'll be just fine. I'm trying to replicate the sound, and it's not happening every time. So again, I think it just needs to be, broken in, or whatever you want to call it. Not an issue for me, but if that bothers you, there you go. There's that information. Do with it what you will. Another thing to note, just a personal note of mine, is these little screws holding the plates in. There's 6 of them on the face there. They don't line up. I think they're decorative. They might actually be holding the plates in, but they're not aligned. They probably do actually hold the plates down, which would explain why they're not lined up. I don't know. What are your thoughts? Do you like those screws to line up if you have screws on a face, or do you not care that they all face one way or the other? Again, with setting, it has the 5-minute notches, so you can get it pretty close. Your best bet is to set it top of the hour if you want it exactly on time. As far as accuracy, again, it's an NH35. You should be able to regulate that pretty close to accurate. But again, this is not a watch you're using for timekeeping to the second. Just a fun little dress watch. I really like it so far. Again, this band I'm probably going to switch out. It is pretty dressy. It's got that kind of a crocodile, either crocodile or alligator, I forget which one's which, imprinted onto it. Yeah, first impressions. I mean, it feels pretty solid. Again, the finish on the outside of the band kind of gives me some worry that it's a little cheap. But if I put a new band on, that's not an issue at all. So, not really a band review, more of just the watch itself. Again, stainless steel. I don't like plated stuff or things that aren't steel. Base metal watches, like a Timex, that stuff starts to corrode over time and it just doesn't look too good. That's really all I've got. Just kind of a quick review. I'm not trying to get too in depth. Feels good, looks good on the arm. As far as timekeeping goes, it's going to take a little getting used to reading the time with the eyes there, but you know, for what I paid for the watch, looks nice. Solid construction. It's not really too cheap of a watch. Again, swap the band out and it'll be just fine. I believe that's going to be a 22 millimeter. Did it say it on the back? I forget. Does not. Should be a 22. These have the quick release bars if you're into that. So if you don't have your own tools and you just have quick release bands, easy enough to switch out. It does make a little bit of a sound with the when it's winding, that rotor, and I don't know if that's due to the extra space inside of there with the construction. Probably not going to hear that on the microphone, but if that bothers you, personally, I would say don't buy an automatic watch. But it does make some sound. I think in a normal environment, you're probably not going to hear that in your daily wear usage. Just something to note. I was thinking about getting the one with the orange face, but it had a black case. Again, not a fan of the plating. Just, you know, if it comes off or anything, that's when it starts to look real bad. So I usually stick with steel case watches. Maybe I get both and swap out the internals. And if I get two, maybe I can do some sort of video showing the insides. If you want to see that, let me know. I'll put that up over on my OBLVLO Timeworks channel, which, hey, let me shout that out real quick. I do work on watches, I do fix watches, I sell watches, custom stuff. OBLVLO Timeworks, go check that channel out. If you have a watch you need fixed, let me know. Working on things over there. I did do some of the watch stuff here, but I'm moving that over to the business page there. I've got a pocket watch coming up that I need to work on, another 750 chronograph movement to repair, get functioning again. So stay tuned for that. Neat watch, just a fun dress watch. Probably not a daily wear. Probably wear it for a week or two, just kind of get a feel for it. The crystal, again, sticks up a bit, so I'd be worried about just daily usage, especially if you're clumsy and you hit your arms on stuff. But otherwise, that should be just fine. I like it. It's fun. It's cheaper than a Constantine Chaikin watch. I don't even know the price of those offhand, but I'm sure there's a few zeros added on. So if you just want the look, I'm not really big on fake watches, like a fake Rolex, fake Omega, stuff like that. Not really big on that. I wouldn't say this fully is like a replica. I don't think this is a model that Constantine Chaikin makes. Correct me if I'm wrong. But it's a solid watch, kind of like a mod. If you know anything about the watch world, Seiko mods are a big thing. And again, with that Seiko movement, it's not just a junk movement that's gonna die out on me anytime soon. And if I need to fix it or replace it, I've got the skills and the knowledge to do that myself. Don't really know what else to say. Short little review. Box is pretty standard. Shipped nicely with that padding, with the cushioning around it. Watch was well packaged. Instruction manual, little warranty card if you need that for something, I guess. Yeah, that's it. thanks for watching. Let me know what you think. Do you own one of these watches? Do you want to see more watch reviews? And again, go check out Lavelle Timeworks channel. I'll put a link down below. And that's it. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. And that's all I've got for this one. Thanks again for watching. Have a nice day.